Hello everyone, this is the Corona Bot. I caught Corona. It stayed in my sinuses. Now I sound like a bot, but seriously, I did catch it, and my sinuses have been weird since then. And it's been months. If you manage to run across these videos that YouTube does not want anyone to see, then please, by all means, please share them and go really look at all of my videos. You really need to do that. There's a lot of information in there that YouTube, the media, and everyone else isn't sharing. They're more just talking about the numbers and trying to make you afraid. Now, you should be worried about this because you don't know, and most people don't know if they have an underlying health condition. This will bring it out. But if you don't, you're pretty much going to survive this as if nothing, but you may pass it to someone else who won't. We don't want that. But you need to build up your immune system very much so. Even in the non hotspots, because all it takes is one person to get it and go to a large area gathering, and then thousands of people will have it. It's not hard. And understanding the numbers are way more than what they are, because there's a bunch of asymptomatic people going around that aren't sick. So, yes, tons and tons and tons and tons more people that aren't, you know, disclosing that they have it. Period. Alright, so today we're looking at Texas, because they're one of the spots now. As you can see, all of this blue here. Blue. It's a bunch of blue here. Now, let's look at the stats, or for you other people, the statistics. We're gonna look at that there. As you can see, it's climbing. It reached, let me see if I can get that number there. It reached almost, that's 15. It reached 15,000 people a few days ago. That was down to 7,000, because I think they started closing stuff and people may have got away, but it went from that to that to that. And like I say, some people just don't have symptoms like that, or just have some cold stuff, or nose running, or start to have a headache. They're just going to ride it out. They're not going to go to the hospital, and some people just can't afford it, so they're not going unless they have to. You need to understand that most people that have this are not going to go. They're going to ride it out. Simple as that. So, anyone that's coughing or have a cold in the summertime colds are the worst anyway. But if they have one, you should be very aware of them that it might not just be a cold. So, and then of course you can get colds really easy in the summertime because people don't understand it, because hot outside, cold building, hot outside, cold building, hot outside, sweating, blah blah blah, back in a cold building, easy to get sick. So you have that going on at all times along with this virus, which they probably don't even know or understand the data behind catching a cold and getting in contact with this. Is your cold going to fight that off because it wants to be the only virus inside of you? Or will they work together? That's something that they don't know. And no one does. And if they do, they're not telling you yet. So, this is what's going on. With 1 in 5 Texas living in the red zone, coronavirus hotspots are moving targets. Clemson new region in crisis now in Texas battling major coronavirus outbreaks. Some severely ill patients have to travel long distances to receive the care they need. Chicago dinner. Mm-hmm. So, this is just an article telling you about the hotspots here in Texas. Like I say, you can look at the map and see Dallas is a hotspot. Anywhere near Dallas is a hotspot. Austin's a hotspot. Houston is a hotspot. Everywhere there's just blue. San Antonio. So basically, where everyone, El Paso, the major cities where everyone is on top of everyone, is where it's going to be an outbreak. We know that and we understand that. When you live on top of each other, this isn't, this should be indications of future anything. Flu, new flu viruses, new emphysema, whatever you want to say, new strains of new this, new that. If you live in a place where everyone lives on top of each other, you're definitely going to have issues, which is pretty much all the major cities. Tall buildings, skyscrapers, just buildings, period. 10 floors plus, tons of apartments on each floor, all gathered together, same elevator, same buttons, same this, same that. Yeah, it's very, very easy for any disease to spread. Virus, whatever you want to call it, to spread around fast. So this was that update for Texas. Do they have any wild videos of them having block parties? Let's type in coronavirus Houston party. Let's see, will they show something? I mean, obviously, we got a lot of bug chasers that I'm telling you about them. You need to understand that there's bug chasers. That's what they are. They're chasing the bug. That's the old one that I talked about. Now, I don't see any newer videos up here showing any parties or such, but I'm sure they had some. It's just what young people do. Okay, gonna have to look on that. Texas daily fatality dropped below 100 for the first time in 5 days. Well known. Sarah Mendola dies at 77. He must have died from the coronavirus. 84 infants under 1 have tested positive for the coronavirus in one Texas county. So,
America's biopharmaceutical companies have one very important.
we're going to go back there because I don't want that to pop up. But as you can see, that there's babies that have had it and been had it. Now, because they have stem cells, the cells, the cells that come from the root, they may be able to fight it off way better than any other person. And of course, adults, older adults are the ones that are really, really getting bad in old folks' homes and stuff like that. State of Texas changing plans for students in school as the virus surges. And then, like I say, we're going to have a bunch of school issues there. Local family. 77. Family says he died of heart failure back in June, was ill and tested positive for the virus. This is the thing people don't understand. The virus can get you later. It can make you ill. It, especially if you're older, it's going to bring out stuff. Even young people will bring stuff out. You'll learn it if you catch it. That you better stop playing with this. This is nothing to be played with. It really is not.